Take me in your arms and make my life.
C'est de ne jamais répondre que ah non, ça c'est ma vie privée.
To be nice, Christopoulos is an old friend. Let there be no doubt about the papers in the safe.
Oh, I don't know. He's not a very good actor on stage. You know, he's not a very good actor off stage either. But he's all mine.
I came over here hoping to represent some big company.
You're representing the best company in the world.
Oh, spare me the flag waving, Mr. Horn. Just get me an answer on that overage triumph.
It might be bad for the bank. Of course. Will you please hold another directors' meeting and ask him to decide what I can wear?
Julie, for heaven's sake, will you be...
Maybe I was influenced by something I read the other day. It was in a book I happened to pick up. Justice is too often administered by...
Well, then stop behaving like one. Now, if you want to tell me what's troubling you, fine. If not, I'm tired, it's late, and I want to go home to bed. Oh.
Il y avait 3 hommes à l'intérieur des caches-poussières.
Tracksuit, which may have been a mistake. I don't know. There's been some dissension in the house about the color of the tracksuit. But I was running in it at 6:30 in the morning. Who cares? The dogs care.
You always want what you can't have.
They did a pretty good job of this, except they left out the steam shovels in the elevator.
When he wakes up, when he finds I'm gone, what'll he think?
What will he think?
Of my husband.
Do you want your bag, dearie?
Because we are friends, I tell you something. I'm sick of this war. It's not a good one.
Got all you haven't got. Got all you haven't got.
Nothing phony about my jewelry. Arnie?
Bells of Bow of the Church of Saint Mary Le Bow are now part of the legend of London. They say that for about a generation no Cockney was born.
And everything's been so wonderful in the past few months. We've been on the road a great deal now, doing a lot of one-nighters and concerts. And the audience is...
Thanks a lot, Bob.
You thinking like the others that we ought to pull out of here?
Are you asking me or telling me?
Both.
You're pretty fond of that Sergeant in the Meadow.
Toujours avec ça qu'on voit maintenant, et le cravate blanc et les femmes toujours dans the feathers.
Les plumes.
I have to thank Stuart Rosenberg for giving me the opportunity to even be here. And I must simply thank the Academy for the greatest moment of my life. Thank you.
Sister's permission or nothing.
Be firm. Don't let her run your life. You run it. Say it like you mean it, and most people will do whatever you want.
What? Word is either. No use squabbling. That'll get neither of us any place.
The word is neither.
We were talking about a man by the name of Mickey, who was supposed to have been a friend of your late lamented fiancé. I thought you might have met him.
Hello there, Sarah. Tom.
Hi there, Sarah.
By someone who led almost exclusively with his left. And Tom Robinson now sits before you.
You want to say, Your Majesty?
The house on the cliff.
We're partners, you see. The $400 a month I get from you'd hardly pay for the ammunition I use up in practice.
10 years younger. Suppose you weren't in love with David.
Suppose I asked you to.
She died. We hadn't exchanged a word in 2 years.
I can't tell you much. You'll have to be satisfied with the crumbs. After I left Tonica, I went over to the embassy. We had a long talk. I don't ask any questions. This much I can tell you.
He was a guy who was a genius for 3 hours a day, at least 3 hours a day, sometimes more, depending on how much he was drinking.
I had one day when I didn't have to be all confused.
We murdered Indian women and kids.
Cochise started this, and
Now, just let's get the facts straight here. Cochise didn't start this war. A snooty little lieutenant fresh out of the East started.
Check with my family on that, you know. Some objective observer, because I certainly am not aware that I have. I certainly have tried to get inside the man.
I went home once, about a year later. I'd saved up a couple $100, made a big splash. Why did all think I was rich?
Actually, I feel that a star owes it to her public to bring the public into her life. The fans feel that they kind of...
Here, cut that out and eat some. You just get stewed.
I never get stewed.
I've known about you for some time. That'll be news to Stephen. Personally, I'm glad, you know. I've kept still because I knew it wouldn't take Stephen long to get fed up. Don't delay.
S'appelle Charlotte. Elle est bien jolie. Trop jeune, mais bien jolie. Elle m'aime, John Henry. Tu en es sûr? Oui, et je l'aime aussi. Ah oui.
Fribbins, what is all this?
The gentleman of the press, milady.
Darling.
He laid me out, strung me up, and then... Kid, I mean, he gutted me.
Isn't that awful? They're friends of your father's. Wouldn't you know it? What are they? Tap dancers or just musical comedy producers? Well, that's hardly fair to your father's interest in the arts.
Retourner à Paris, la scène de crime, parce que c'était ici que j'ai fait la connaissance de ma femme il y a des années.
Anna.
Eh oui.
3 cans of malt, 12 cakes of yeast. What did you say? 12 cakes of yeast.
About a month back. Just drove off one afternoon without saying a word. They found his car parked in some private garage.
Hey.
Dad didn't tell you that.
I was over at our house the other day. Down in Arizona, really.
Yeah, that's right.
But they're about 2 weeks younger, and they were sensational. The old lady got shot, though, so that they were going into this.
When my grandmother Gish told Mother not to worry about me, that I was born with a cowl, C-A-U-L.
Well, the ranch now, except the oil field.
Oh, I was over there yesterday.
Yeah? Everything suits you?
Especially that good-looking boss.
Oh, you mean Carrington, the Englishman.
I prefer a man who lives and gives expensive joy.
Here's a song from the film, the first film I made. The one I mentioned before. The one that was called The Blue Angel.
The kook of the cook, and the idiot black man, and the stupid Indian, and it just goes up.
Summer journeys to Niagara and to other places aggravate all our cares. We'll save our fares. I've a cozy little...
There's no market for cattle in Texas?
And there ain't.
Then I'll take them where there is a market. It means driving them 1,000 miles.
Missouri?
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
If there's anything we can do for you, just call anytime, anytime.
I know there was a famous Welshman, for instance, who was famous for his music, actually, a man called Ivor Novello, whose full name is Ivor Novello Davis.
Indians don't suffer when somebody gets killed, not like you. You see, Indians believe the brave dead go to the high ground, and that's a good...
How do you do, Miss Parker?
How do you do?
Well, you have ambitions to be a cover girl.
Well,
That I terrify interviewers. They more or less terrify me. There's a lady present who knows something about me.
Will you answer just one question? Ask it. What were steers selling at when you left?
No, I don't want to read the papers.
I'm sorry. Was it so bad you don't want even to read about it, darling?
Wants to know who's that great, big, handsome Romeo?
I was 3 years old. I was delighted to be told that.
Strange day. I don't think that's putting it too strongly. I might even say it's been an extraordinary day. I've been out there thinking about the day, the way it is.
I warn you, Rome. I've got a gun, too. I've been lucky. I've never had to kill a man in my life.
Well, her mother is a recent convert, and she's very eager.
Wonderful event now. It just really becomes a reality. We're really going to do it. It's wonderful. Now we have a Mrs. Anna. We can really go ahead.